what time of the day? What does that mean?
Okay, very good question, right? The most important act in Islam is prayer. There is nothing more important for a Muslim to do than to pray 5 times a day. Why? Because the word prayer in Arabic language is the word salah. Salah comes from the Arabic word salah, which means to connect. So our prayer is our daily dose of connection with God every day, right? So if you're separated from the prayer, you're separated from connecting with the Creator. You're separated from connecting with Allah. That's why it's an essential part of our life as Muslims. For you to be a Muslim, you need to be practicing that in your life by praying 5 times a day, right? So the prayer for us is not, because the English word, I don't like to use the English word to say the prayer, a Muslim prayer, to describe a Muslim prayer. Why? Because the English word prayer just really means asking God for something. Most people, when you say prayer in English, they think raising your hand or asking God for something. In Islam, prayer is much more than that. It's not just raising your hand and asking God for something. There's much more to the prayer as a Muslim. There's physical acts that you do. There's a lot of meaning behind it and how it was legislated for Muslims. So prayer can teach you so many things as a human being. That's why it's an essential part of our life. For example, a prayer will teach you to be someone who values commitment, someone who's punctual, who's on time. Why? Because the daily prayers have a specific time that you need to pray it. You cannot delay after that time. You have to pray in the time when the prayer time comes. Right? So it teaches you to be punctual, because if you miss the prayer time, you're sitting. So you need to be there in your appointments, right? When the time comes, you have to be there. Right? So it teaches you to be very punctual, to be very committed to time. Right? It teaches you to tame yourself. It teaches you to have discipline when you wake up in the morning. Because one of our prayers is at dawn. We pray at dawn, right? The time of dawn, we pray a prayer called Fajr prayer. Fajr literally means dawn. So the Fajr prayer is at the time of dawn. So it's early in the morning, depending on the sun when dawn is, right? But like now it's 4:30, 4:20, 4:10, something like that, right? So you wake up in that time to pray. So it teaches you that discipline, that to put God first in your life, right? Sleeping is very beautiful. I like sleeping, you know, but God comes first, right? That's why the call of prayer that we do in Fajr time is very unique. The call of prayer at Fajr time is unique from all of the other ones. It has an extra thing. It says, "As-salatu khayrun min an-nawm." Prayer is better than sleeping. This is the only, this part is only in the Fajr time. It's only in the dawn prayer. It's not in the other prayers, right? Because it's unique to that. Because that prayer it's a prayer that teaches you discipline, right? Also, the prayer teaches you to completely eliminate racism. And that's something that many religions struggle with. In certain churches, you find the Irish church, black church, white church, African church, right? In Islam, everyone prays in the same mosque. And when you pray, you have your feet next to the other person's feet and your shoulder next to the other person's shoulder, right? So you cannot be looking at that person with any type of racism that he's less than you. You have to stand next to him. You have to put your shoulder to his shoulder and you have to put your feet to his feet. You have to stand with him, or 5 times a day you have to meet the individual. You speak to him and he speaks to you. You say salam, which is greetings of peace to one another. So it completely eliminates the racism. That's why you will find people, or I would say the people who struggled a lot with racism, like for example Malcolm X, if you guys know Malcolm X, or Muhammad Ali Clay, the boxer, right? So those people struggled with racism back then because it was very prevalent in America and many other places. And they became Muslim. And if you read the book of Malcolm X, he said when he went to pilgrimage, he saw that the only religion that is eliminating racism is Islam. He said it was the only place where he felt that everyone is the same. Everyone is wearing the same clothes. Everyone is doing the same action. There's no difference between you based on your color and your race. Also, Islam teaches you to humble yourself. It does not matter if I'm the janitor or I am the CEO of the company. We're all standing in the same line. And what raises you in rank is your religious beliefs. So if you memorize more of the Quran, you will lead the prayer. So if I'm the janitor, I memorize more Quran than you. Islamically, I will lead the prayer even though you're the CEO. You're going to stand behind me. Because it's not about the worldly levels of where you are, it's about your connection with God. So it teaches you to humble yourself and not to belittle others and look down upon them, right? So obviously the prayer, there are so many things I can go on and say, the benefits of the prayer, right? But that's why the prayer for us as Muslims is the most essential act that a human being can do.